The Golden Path, a soul's journey on earth and beyond. Written by Ratna Dewi. Introduction. The Golden Path reminds us of our childlike innocence. It brings us in the world of Ifa, a young girl that lives days filled with pure love, joy, and heartfelt curiosity, together with her dolphin friends. Until one day she tells Mother Gaia about setting out on an adventure into an unknown world. Once her journey begins, it leads her to experience many challenges in a world of struggles and hardship. Then a light appeared to her, reminding her of the Golden Path. This is for the support of all the beautiful souls on this planet, young and old, that came here with the awareness of a new earth and whom are facing the challenges of bridging the old and the new. Chapter 1: Home in Paradise. Little Ifa lived in the most magical place, a place called Paradise. Her days were filled with magic and joy, while she played with her dolphin friends in the soft blue warm waters. Ifa was a little happy water child, jumping out of the water and then together with the dolphins diving all the way into the deep blue sea, chasing bubbles on the water and playing games with the leaves. This leaf game was their favorite, especially Goldie, the dolphin. She loved catching a leaf on her nose or fin and then letting it go for Ifa to catch it. Their days were filled with play and wonder. Sometimes Ifa played in nature to greet the flowers, the trees, mountains and rivers, and other animals. She loved to smell flowers for hours. She was playing and having so much fun in paradise. When one day she got very curious about this other world that she heard about, she asked, "Mother Gaia, I like to go to see the other world." Are you sure, Ifa?" Mother Gaia said. Yes, Ifa said, full of excitement. "Okay," Mother Gaia said, "but before you go, you need to never forget to follow the Golden Path. This will lead you back home." "Okay, Mother," Ifa said, "I will never forget." And off she went with her beautiful white dress. Chapter 2: A Jump in Life. Entering into this world, Ifa felt different. She saw a world that wasn't happy. People were busy, running all the time, children to school and parents to work. "It's madness," Ifa said. "This can't be a world that people, plants and animals want to live in. And time, what is time? And stress, what is stress? In my world there is no such thing as time and stress. There's only peace, love, and freedom. Everybody lives in joy to be alive every moment." While Ifa was trying to understand this unhappy world, she got more and more sad. She walked through the streets of a city and felt like a complete stranger. The noise of people talking and talking about all kinds of things. Ifa thought to herself, "People seem to talk, but They talk with their mouths, not with their hearts. That's why it sounds so noisy, not to mention all the cars passing by. Aoife's eyes and ears started to get tired. For a moment she thought she saw a glimpse of happiness when she observed people laughing and dancing, but it didn't last for long. Soon they went back to their daily routine of work inside big buildings with thick brick walls and always in a hurry to make it on time. The first few years she lived in this new world, she was looking to see if something might change. Maybe people around her would recognize that Aoife was different. She tried to teach them to communicate with the heart and connect with nature, but everyone was so occupied in their mind that they couldn't see anything else. Instead, they asked Aoife silly questions like, "What would you like to become later in life?" Aoife felt this was such a strange question. She answered, "I like to be here, now, in nature and with the animals, playing. I'm just fully here, nothing else." And then they would look a bit surprised about what she said, because they didn't seem to understand. Aoife was so sad and shocked to see a world like this. She went to sit in a dark corner, somewhere tucked inside, like a baby in the womb of the mother. For many years she stayed there in silence, letting the world just pass. She didn't want to see or hear anything anymore. She didn't know any other way. Aoife started to forget more and more where she came from, and it seemed there was no way back. Until Chapter 3, Beyond the Veil. This beautiful light shined upon Aoife, so bright, so beautiful. Aoife looked up. "Wow," she thought silently to herself. Then the light started to speak to Aoife and said, "Aoife, it's okay. I understand that you are sad and that it's not easy to come to this world. Mother Gaia sent me to you because she saw you forgot what she told you before you came here." And then she heard this deep echo voice. "Aoife, always remember to follow the golden path that leads you back home, and let the wind and river show you the way." The words vibrated throughout her whole body. Then the light slowly disappeared. Aoife opened her eyes and said, "I remember again. I have to do what Mother Gaia told me. I can't stay here and wait until I die." Aoife stood up and started walking. She followed the wind and it brought her to the river. She kept on walking. She felt alive again. Then another light came and said, "Aoife, sister, we are the same." The light held a mirror in front of her. She looked and said, "Wow, yes, you are right. We are the same." The light said, "There is a jewel inside your heart. Let it shine as the light you are." Aoife was speechless. She felt the truth of what the light said, but didn't yet know how she could do that. The light could hear her thoughts and said, "Remember that this is not something you can do, and there's no question of how. Just keep on following the golden path, and you will know soon. Slowly the light disappeared again. For a moment Aoife sat down in the grass, looking at the river, and behind her she saw all the different animals standing at the edge of the forest, looking back at her. She felt her heart becoming softer. She listened to the winds and the streaming water sounds. She thought to herself, "This is the best music I've ever heard." And she started to sing and dance with it. She heard the waters, the animals, the plants, all of life speak to her. They said, "Dance, Aoife, dance, keep on dancing." Aoife was starting to remember more and more. She could feel she was coming closer to home, and sometimes she felt the sadness coming back again from what she had seen. While she was crying, another beautiful rainbow light came to her in its many different colors. The light spoke to her and said, "It's okay, Aoife. Cry 1,000 tears, as it will wash you clean. Just know, dear child, these people that have chosen this experience, they are also here to learn and remember, just like you." Aoife couldn't understand. "Why?" she said. "Why? Why wouldn't we just create a world where we already remember everything?" The light answered and said, "Sometimes when we choose the opposite of what we already know deep inside, we then are able to never ever forget what we already knew was never lost. Even though we go into the darkest of all places of this planet, what we know in our heart, the light that we are, will never be lost. You see, Aoife, you see that even in the darkest places, light will be there. So it's okay," the rainbow light said gently. "You don't have to be sad about it." Aoife had still so many questions of how did we even get to the point of creating so much suffering, to the point that we are not even able to see the light that we are anymore, and that really most people cannot remember, maybe just a few. And what about all these diseases, and money, and time? All the things that people think are normal and important, thinking it makes them good, responsible people. But humanity just created a prison. Why would they want to create a prison for themselves? Exactly, Aoife, the light said. They created a prison for themselves. And you know, even in the prison, sometimes people have to go so far into the darkness of a prison to really see, until they have had enough of all of it. Then they might find the strength and courage to see the light within themselves. Aoife was silent for a moment and then said, "I have still so many questions." "I know," the light said. "I know, Aoife. And this will all be resolved and will be answered while you are walking on your way home. Just let it all go and let the tears clean your soul." Then the light disappeared again. Aoife was feeling so grateful for all these beautiful bright lights appearing in her life and showing her ways to look at all of it in a new way with an open heart. She kept on walking, singing and dancing with a smile on her face and a smile inside her heart. She stopped at the end of the river, standing on a big rock, looking down on a big waterfall. Aoife felt that the only way to continue her path home was to jump off the waterfall. But no, really? She looked around and the animals were still there at the edge of the forest and saying, "Aoife, you can do this. Just trust. Look in front of you where the ocean and the dolphins are waiting for you." Aoife knew there was no other way, even though she felt a bit nervous and had no idea what was going to happen. She took a deep breath and opened her arms wide open and said out loud, "I trust, I trust." And she fell down the waterfall, splash into the water. She opened her eyes and saw a path of light crystals in front of her. Aoife kept on swimming and she realized she was able to breathe underwater. She wasn't afraid anymore. And when she reached the ocean, the dolphins came to her and said, "Aoife, Aoife, you are back home." They played inside the infinite waters and Mother Gaia embraced Aoife and said, "You made it back home. I'm so proud of you. I knew you would remember again." Aoife, the dolphins and Mother Gaia are forever one in the infinite ocean of love. Chapter 4. The Golden Dolphin and Lady Blue. Aoife was having such a good time playing with her best friends of the ocean, the dolphins. She told them about what happened when she was visiting the other world. But of course the dolphins knew already everything. They have been watching her all along. "It's okay," the dolphin said to her. "You can let it all go now." Aoife laid down horizontally, floating in the deep blue sea. 11 dolphins started to clean up all the residue she had gathered from the other world, and with a light speed they danced around her. The light penetrated through her whole being. Her body was now surrounded by crystal lights. Aoife surrendered deeper and deeper, with closed eyes, and then suddenly a golden dolphin came and sat inside her heart. So she would always remember the spirit of freedom. The dolphins baptized her and called her Lady Blue. The dolphins brought her slowly to the surface and said, "Lady Blue, you are ready now to go back to the people and be an inspiration for them to remember their home and tell them the story of the golden dolphin, the spirit of freedom." Lady Blue took her first breath when her face touched the air. She opened her eyes, slowly breathing, peacefully floating. She felt so blessed and so clean and so beautiful and grateful, her eyes shining with a golden light. "Thank you so much," Lady Blue said. "1,000 times thank you, my dear dolphin family and Mother Gaia." Mother Gaia said, "Also, thank yourself. You are beautiful, Lady Blue, and with the strength of a golden heart. You will get through everything, whatever people say, whatever people do, you will stay strong. She looked around her and swam to the shore to meet with her human friends. Now she knew why she needed to go back and share the wisdom messages of the dolphins and Mother Gaia. As she came closer to shore, she stood up and started walking in her blue dress. She looks around and noticed that everything still looked the same. She remembered the sadness she always felt to see people unhappy and unhealthy, always busy in their minds thinking and worrying, so much so that they couldn't even see the beauty and the wisdom that Mother Gaia shows us through her beautiful nature, and the beauty and wisdom that is inside the hearts of all people. But they cannot see, they cannot hear it, they cannot feel it. They seem to have forgotten. But now Lady Blue is here to remind all of the beauty, the love, the power and the wisdom that the dolphins and Mother Gaia are showing us every day, every moment. We just have to learn to become still and listen. Lady Blue shares with us the language of the heart. The best way to do this is to start by creating a life close to the earth, building a house that is in harmony with nature and lots of nature around to play, connect, and take moments where we just sit in stillness every day. Listen to the winds, the rivers, the trees, and smell the flowers. Watch the sunrise and the stars at night. Fill your lungs with fresh air from nature. Breathe in deeply through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in deeply through your nose and out through your mouth. Continue this for 7 minutes. Keep your focus on your breath. Maybe thoughts come, but you just let them pass and breathe deeper. Without forcing your breath, just relax. You don't have to do much, just listen. If you practice this every day, you will start to hear animals, plants, trees, flowers talking to you. They don't talk in the language of the people, but they use the language of the heart. And the only way to hear it is to be fully relaxed, not worry, not distracted by other things and sounds. It's very simple to do, but not so easy because we live in a world where there's lots of noise and lots of things we can do. It's fun, but it's even more fun when we can do things with our heart. While she is telling this, a few people start to come close to her and are listening. Other people just walk by. What does that mean, do things with our heart? Someone asked. Lady Blue replied, it means that our heart is connected to the golden dolphin within you. You are home in your heart. When you remember that your heart is pure love, and the golden dolphin reminds us of the spirit of freedom. some people don't understand what Lady Blue is trying to say. It's okay, she said. We are not in a hurry. We all learn in our own time. As long as you keep your eyes on the golden path, eventually you will understand. Sometimes she doesn't say anything, and then suddenly the golden dolphin lights up in her heart and shines golden rays of light out through the people around her. The first people that see Lady Blue and the golden dolphin shining golden rays can't believe what they see. Wow! They also feel something changing in their heart. They feel lighter and more peaceful. It brings a smile back on their face. Sometimes the golden rays even reach to every corner of the planet. And then, for a moment, she stops and starts to dance. And while she dances, golden sparkles surround her. The people can't stop looking at this mesmerizing beauty. Not all the people are able to see Lady Blue and her golden light. Only the ones that are willing to learn and are willing to find their way home. For Lady Blue, it doesn't matter if there's only 10 people or 1,000 people seeing her light. She knows that no matter what, she needs to keep on dancing and keep on shining, like Mother Gaia told her. Chapter 5. The Way of the Golden Dolphin. Some people keep on coming closer to Lady Blue. Some just watch her dance, and some want to know more of her magical golden light. So tell us, Lady Blue, how can we remember our home and the golden dolphin in our hearts? Lady Blue replies and starts the transmission. First of all, we have to know that there are many things we don't know. The golden dolphin is about freedom. To know what true freedom is not easy for people that created a prism for thousands of years. We lost connection with our true power, and the way to remember again is not by me telling you what that looks like. What I can tell you is that once you implement the golden dolphin way in your life, your true power, your jewel, will naturally unfold for you. As I said before, start with changing your lifestyle. Be in an environment that allows you to be with nature most of the time. You will start to learn the natural rhythms of nature. You will learn to slow down. You will learn to listen to the winds, the waters, the trees, the animals. You learn to listen to your own body temple and soul. You will learn how precious it is to breathe fresh air. You will learn to see the beauty and appreciate it more and more. You will learn to love yourself again and see the beauty in you. You will learn to take care of your body and see how strong and vibrant the body can be. You will learn that you don't need much food, only foods that come straight from the earth. You will learn that most of the nourishment you need is in the sun, the air, and the waters. You will learn the importance to keep the planet and your body clean. You will learn not to harm yourself or any other being. You will learn to be grateful for everything you have. You will learn you don't need much, and a simple life is a rich life. You will learn that all of this life is a game and nothing is to be taken too serious. You will learn your true joy and play and smile like a dolphin. You will learn that your joy, your pure love and your gratitude is your power. You will learn to use this power for the good of all. You will learn that money, time, worry, fear, and greed are just here to show you that even in the darkest of moments, there is light. You will learn not to be caught by darkness. Instead, you shine your light in it, and all darkness disappears. You will learn in moments of hurt and despair to carry yourself with love until everything becomes soft and light again. You'll learn to love your tears, your fears, and be with it until they dissolve. You learn to find support in nature, and that nature will show you the wisdom you need for your soul journey, and learn how to use that wisdom and create the most beautiful life. And you will learn so much more than this. Lady Blue continues, but I'm not here to share all that you might learn. This can be also different for each person and their willingness and dedication to go deeper and deeper into their soul journey and remembering their home. I have said all I needed to say. Now it's up to each one of you to make your choices. Remember, you have free will. You can choose the life you want to create. And if you want to create a magical life, then consider the things I have shared. Lady Blue looks around her, and more people have come to listen. It's time now, my dear earthly friends. I have to go. You can find me. Well, you know where light and dark meet and merge into one. Let's call it a new earth. I'll see some of you there. And there she went in her blue dress back to the ocean, merging back into the infinite. The oceans turned into a golden sparkling light. Gratitude. We thank Mother Gaia for living here on earth. Thank you, Mother Gaia, for the beautiful forests, rivers, flowers, oceans, and living creatures. Thank you for all water, land, and food. You are always here to take care of us. For that we are very grateful. Thank you for your unconditional love, your light, and your wisdom. Thank you for always receiving and protecting us with your soft wings. May we give back to you what you give abundantly to us. Thank you, dear dolphins, for your guidance. Thank you for showing the golden dolphin way of joy, peace, and freedom. In so much gratitude, we embrace everything in our hearts so we may never forget this beautiful home and the golden dolphin in our hearts.